Good morning, YouTube. Happy Independence Day. So I got these Daystar shock shaft bumps. They used to make these ones that slipped over the eye, but they were a bitch to put on. So they did a new design where it's got these screws. Should be a little easier to put on, but looking at it, it's like, the screws, the bolts are gonna hit each other before it compresses very much. Maybe they squish out of the way. I don't know. So I set up this little test rig to test it out. These start at 1 inch, but you can see there's not much room to compress before they're going to contact. But let's see what happens. So, put it together, tighten it up. You can see it's at an angle now. The washers are hitting, these nuts are basically compressed. This is not even. On this side, we're looking at about 3/4 of an inch, so it's got a 1/4 inch of compression before it bottoms out on that side. This side can keep going. Honestly, seems like a shit design. I was excited for it. Super convenient to keep your shocks from bottoming out. Add a little more progression to your other bump stops. These things are fantastic. Pretty disappointed in this product. Don't buy it. See what happens if I crank on it some more. Well, it does squish out, so I guess it does have a little more travel. These washers are bigger than the shock body. But boy, look at that. That's lined up. That's not going to compress much. Still right there at 3/4 of an inch, only a 1/4 inch compression, where this is down to a 1/2 inch. Pretty severe difference. But so all they'd have to do to make this work is, instead of having these screws under the shock body, is have them hang out just a little bit. So they made these basically 2 inches for 2-inch shocks. But if they made them, like 2.5 inches, just on this tab sticking out, as long as you had room to put it somewhere, it would work. This is very fixable. Pretty disappointed. These 2 inches 2-inch this way. All they'd have to do is set these little bolts 1/2 inch out farther, and they'd have a good product. Oh well. So I want to see what happens if it'll stay together with just one screw, so that it actually has room to compress a little bit. Maybe just having one in the center would work. I mean, I guess if you're looking to reduce your shock travel by 3/4 of an inch, this is a good setup. Good product, but let's see. Well, that looks a lot better. That's squishing out pretty good. I think on the 2-inch, yeah, that's pushed out enough that it should clear the shock body. So as long as it would stay together through repeated cycles like this, I'll try running it since I've got it. Just need to use half the hardware, which is kind of shitty. How compressed are we here? 1/2 inch. Much better. So I guess the way to use these is to just install half the hardware. They should have just put it in the middle. I don't know. Daystar, if you have any comments on this, want to get back to me, tell me how I'm wrong. I appreciate it. If I could have got a solid version, it would have been perfect for the stem shocks I've got. Alright, maybe I will get a little use out of these. Later.